There we go. That is a good fish right there. There we go. There we go. Another good one. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're in the Nucanoe today. First time I've been in the Nucanoe in a while. I've kind of had it stripped down to build out my XTR, and I'm slowly putting it back together. Just a little bit easier boat to throw in the back of the truck and fish out of. And I only got one tournament left this year, and I'll be in the Bonafide for it. But I really miss being in the Unlimited, and got a spot that I'm gonna go fish today that I got a portage. I've got the cart in front of me here, and we're just gonna go and see what we could do. There's a full moon last night, like literal full moon. It just sat about, I think about 45 minutes ago. So I really don't know what today will bring. There is a little bit of a front coming, I think tonight maybe. So the weather is fixing to change. It's fixing to get cooler. Already seeing a lot of shad activity as I'm cruising back through here. So we're probably gonna hit this little point right here, hit another spot on the way back to our actual spot that we're going to fish. Just to make sure, kind of see what's going on. It's you know, it's early still, so don't want to miss out on any early bites coming off that full moon last night. So we're going to cruise up here, hit this point with a frog a little bit, maybe a chatterbait, and then move on back to our final destination and fish for a few hours. So let's go. Here lately, they've been kind of on this edge over here, so that's what we'll try. I kind of wanted to work my way into it. Just got a feeling the full moon might be a little rough on us, but hopeful with the front that's coming, it might have them chewing a little bit extra today. All right, guys, no luck with the chatterbait, so we'll cruise on back a little bit further. There we go. That feels like a pretty good one. Oh yeah, that's a good fish. Easy does it. Come on. Not too bad at all to start the day. Fish number one on the board on the drop shot robo worm. Good stuff. That is a 17 1/4 start today. I've had a lot of people ask me how the Unlimited paddles, and I'm putting forth very little effort. And I mean, I am cruising right now, so too shallow to run the motor at the moment. But yeah, super easy to paddle. This thing tracks really good. The rudder's not even down right now. So definitely pleased with that. All right, gonna start out throwing the chatterbait. Just got to our final destination, honey hole, and gonna see what the activity is like back here. Started it out real good this morning on drop shot though. 17 1/4 and good solid fish. So we're gonna see what this body of water holds. Oh, there's a fish. Not a terrible fish, not a big one, but it was kind of a funny bite. Never really even felt it, just got heavy. There we go, another fish on the board. Curb plunk. Chatterbait is working on the X Chatter from Yak Rods. One of my favorite rods. I'm gonna check the weather here in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we got some sort of front coming through. It's bringing some wet weather tonight, so this evening. Definitely shad back in this cove, which is par for the course. There usually is this time of year. It's fall, so I mean, you know, they should hit moving baits pretty easy. And, you know, we've already got one and we've only been in here 10 minutes. So we're just going to keep plugging away with the chatterbait for a little bit. I'm going to see if this cove will produce any. If it does not, we're going to go back out to the main lake part of this body of water. A lot of times they'll push back in here and bulk up on shad. You can tell it's a change in the seasons. There's some ducks back in here, and it's always a sign of migration's beginning. And had a full moon last night. Duck season's around the corner. And it's another reason I got my unlimited out. I haven't had it out in a while, and duck season will be open here in a little over a month. Ooh, just missed one. And the Nucanoe will be grassed up, blind on it, ready to kill ducks. We'll put a Newport on the back of it, and did it last year a couple times, and just had a lot of trouble just getting on ducks. This year we got some things lined up to get on some ducks, so figure we get the unlimited out, knock the rust off, and get ready for duck season here pretty soon. So there we go. Big one. All right. There we go. That is a good fish right there. Woo-hoo-wee. Up here feeding in the shallows. Look at this fish, guys. That is a tank right there. Let's get a measurement real quick. $19.5, probably 19.75 if I really took my time. I could get him there, but he wouldn't sit very still. Look at those black spots on his head. Super cool fish, healthy fish, big gut. That is awesome stuff. That's good stuff there. There we go. There we go. Another good one. Stay out of the motor. Look at this. This is even bigger, definitely heavier. Get a measurement. We're probably gonna weigh this one. This one feels pretty heavy. Let me get situated here and see what we got. All right. Awesome stuff. I knew the bite was fixing to turn on. It did. Just that time of year. Just fan casting in flats. And I do this every year. Just throw a chatterbait pulling across these flats and you can catch them. So definitely don't discount the moving baits right now. First week of October. Throwing a bluegill chatterbait with a rage crawl trailer. Good stuff. So what we'll probably do is we'll fish this for just a little bit longer, then we'll let it set and come back to it. I know some other places that will set up the same way, pretty close. So, oh, is that a big one? Yes. It's not a huge one, but it's a good fish. Come on. Oh, not gonna fight now, huh? All right, come on in here, little fella. That ain't a bad one. All right. So not a bad fish at all, 16-incher. All right, we'll get him back. All right, guys, just got off the phone with my buddy Roger. Caught that fish right there on the phone with him. I'm gonna stop fishing here. I'm gonna go back into this creek back here. Probably gonna have to paddle some to get to it because the water is down and this motor is just a little bit too deep. I'm gonna ease back here and see if we can get back to the creek. Once we get back there, it gets deep enough to run, but it's hard to get to. So I'm gonna cruise back here and see what we can get into and maybe find some big ones. There's some real big fish back here a lot of times, especially this time of year. So we're gonna go back here and check this and then circle back out and hit some other spots. And man, it's just been a good day so far. Some good fish and good action, and we haven't been at it all that long. All right, end of the road for the motor. We are on bottom, so we'll get the motor up, put the paddle in the water. Right at the boat. Holy smokes, I was about to pick it up out of the water. It's worked out well because that's how I set the hook. All right. Action's good. Just now getting back in the spot where we can run the motor and drop the motor, casted, boom, fish right at the boat. So let's see if there's any more back in here. There's a little one. Oh, he ate it too. It's a small one though. Oh, that's a little tiny one. I don't know how you grabbed it. Well, guys, we're getting back here to where we're going to turn around. There is some shad activity back here. I've caught two small ones, and sometimes the case is there's no big fish back here, but you can come back here and catch a bunch of small ones. And given the fact that I've caught some good ones already today, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like we might just turn around and cruise right back out of here because we still got to paddle through a stretch. I got another spot that I want to hit, and then we'll go back to that original flat where I caught the two big ones at a little bit ago, and just see how long the pattern holds up. Because right now it's been a pretty solid day of fishing so far, and we've only been fishing for a couple hours, so cannot complain. All right, one last cast back here, and we're going to go back out. I hear the wind blowing, and I'm back in a hole right here, so not really feeling the wind, but the wind did just pick up out towards the lake, main lake, out of this creek, so that could be a recipe for firing the fish up. So let's get back out of here and ease our way back out of here because this place is full of stumps. All right, guys, so this section that I just fished did not produce anything at all, so I'm gonna run back to this cove, fish this flat a little bit. Could be that the bite died, because some of these areas kind of replicate what's back there, except for it's on the main lake. So we're run back in this cove and see if we can find some fired up on chatterbait. If we can't, then we'll switch to a drop shot, probably a jig, Texas rig, something like that. Not sure yet. Kind of depends on what we find back there, but we're gonna run back across here to this cove and see if we can pick up some more. Well, found another little one. Well, guys, may have to pull the plug on this. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. I just had my buddy check the radar, and it looks like I got a rain cell headed right towards me. I don't have my rain suit with me. Not willing to sit out here and get wet. Bite has slowed down like I expected it would with the full moon last night. So if you haven't already, click like, click subscribe, and follow along. Getting to put out a lot more content here lately. Kayak shop is slowing down a little bit, time of year, and getting to do some fishing now. So we will see you on the next one.